my god, no. I thought that dog was laying down. It's taking a fat okay. Hey everyone, my name is Hannah Singer and welcome to my channel.
Something about the way you look to me, yeah. Give me a reason, give me a reason, and I will dance, I will dance.
I am so excited for today's video because it is all about things that bring me pleasure and joy and happiness, and hopefully this sparks some inspiration for you to reflect on your life and to reflect on the things that bring you joy and pleasure so that you can do more of them or include more of these activities or habits or whatever they are in your life. A quick side note, these are in no specific order or ranking. I just wrote them out on a sheet of paper and that's the order I'm gonna go by. So let's get started. Number 1, yoga. Yoga, 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 yoga. Yoga brings me so much pleasure for a lot of reasons. The philosophy, the history, the meaning of yoga, all of it, the practice, the movements, the different limbs combined together. It's just such a powerful thing. And I cannot stress how big of a role it's played in my life and my development and my mind shifts and awakenings, and I just truly love it. Again, it's not just the movement, but all that yoga embodies, the ideologies that are behind it, the history behind it. There's so much of it that brings me pleasure and joy. I love learning about it. I love dissecting it. I love teaching it and guiding people. I have the privilege to sit in front of people and to hopefully help guide them to their own awakenings, and whether they know it or not, it truly is such a pleasure and an honor for me to sit in front of them and hopefully help them in some sort of way through the practice of yoga. Number 2, movement/dance. So I kind of just smushed these ones together because they're similar. And movement is like anything, just shaking my body, moving however I feel, however I want, not naming it or labeling it, but just moving, like getting up and moving my body, working out, running, walking, dancing, swimming, biking, yoga, literally anything that includes movement. I just love it. It makes me feel alive, it makes me feel young, it makes me feel like a kid, and I find so much pleasure in being able to release any tension that might be built up in my body just by shaking it out and moving however I need to move. And each day looks so different, which is the most beautiful part about it. Kind of piggybacking off of that, dance is also something that brings me so much pleasure, and I'm finally allowing it to just bring me pleasure when I want it to. And this is something that if you've watched my videos before, especially the one where I talk about changing my major, I express how being a dancer my entire life became almost a mentally and emotionally heavy task, and I stopped loving dance and I burnt out of it pretty quickly. And so after I changed my major and allowed myself to have a break from dance, I have found that now dance is coming back into my life in a very pleasurable way. I'm able to just move and feel good and dance the way I want when I want, and that's just such a beautiful opportunity and blessing, and I don't take it for granted. So this next one could also be considered a limb of yoga. It is a practice that I have been doing for almost 3 years now, and it has drastically changed my life and my well-being and my energy, and that is meditation. I have videos on it. I just love meditation so very much because it has taught me a lot about myself and a lot about the person that I want to become and how I react to situations that come up in my life. And it really does bring me a lot of pleasure because after each meditation, no matter how it went, no matter how I showed up that day, I find myself sitting in this peaceful serenity, full of gratitude and love and compassion. It's not always easy, and showing up is not always easy, but every time that I do it, and every time that I find that stillness within, I'm able to access that pleasure, that gratitude, that love, and that joy. And that is truly, truly a miracle. Number 4 is writing slash poetry slash journaling. So writing as a whole brings me so much pleasure. I really, really enjoy just journaling out my thoughts. I enjoy writing stories that are fictional or based on my real life. I love poetry so very much. Slam poetry is like my favorite thing ever. I love listening to it, reading it, writing it. I think that there is so much power in words, and I find myself in a peaceful state when I can just write about whatever I want to write about that day, whether it's artistically or not. Numero 5. Number 5, thrifting and fashion. So I love fashion. I've always loved fashion growing up. I used to just wear the weirdest things. I mean, I still kind of do some days. Like, this is an interesting match going on here, but I love it. I love fashion and I love playing with clothes, and a sustainable way to do that is thrift shopping. It's almost therapeutic to just kind of walk around a store and glance at stuff, and I am someone who expresses myself a lot through the clothing that I wear. I love thrifting because it's cheaper, it's sustainable. This shirt was thrifted, and I love it. Number 6, spending time with my friends and family. So I am definitely an extrovert. I love spending time with people. I love meeting people. Oh my gosh, so much. I love hearing people's stories and sharing my story and making connections or challenging each other's ideas. It's just really, really cool. I am definitely a quality time person when it comes to my love language. Like, I really value quality time, and just being able to go for a walk with someone or go to the store or just to have like a late night talk. Like, I love spending quality time with people. I find so much pleasure in it. I love talking, as you can tell if you follow my YouTube channel. Woo, I love talking. So I love being extroverted and going out and meeting people and making friends, and I find myself always feeling like refreshed or rejuvenated after I spend some quality time with people that I care about. Number 7, sweets. Everything sweet. Chocolate, cookies, scones, cake, ice cream, banana bread. I don't even know, literally anything sweet. Let me tell you, dessert brings me so much pleasure. But some people aren't sweets people. I don't get it. I could never not be a sweets person. I really enjoy dessert, and I tried to restrict myself from it, and I realized that was the dumbest thing ever because life is so short and I want to enjoy my life, and dessert is enjoyable. So I don't even have a lot to say about it except for the fact that I freaking just love it, and it tastes so good, and I find a lot of pleasure in eating desserts and sweets. So I hope you do too. Kind of going off of that. Number 8, food. I am a I love food. Like, there's people who eat because they have to eat. They're eating to survive. Not me. I eat because it's pleasurable. I mean, I'm definitely someone who tries to be conscious of making sure that I'm getting nutrients and eating in a sustainable way, and I acknowledge that I have the privilege to eat in a sustainable way, and that's really, really a blessing. But I am also very much a foodie. I was raised with this passion for eating and for trying new foods and for making food and creating food. Food is like art, it's pleasure, it's something that I absolutely love. Food can bring so much pleasure. It also can bring about pain, and I'm aware of that as well, and I've dealt with my own struggles as well. But I think that there's so much pleasure in food in general, and eating the foods that you like and trying new things and the flavors and all of it, the aroma, like really just enjoying the food that you eat and that you have. And even though I'm vegan, I love all food. Like, if it's vegan, I will eat it. I love all food. I literally will eat anything that's vegan. My mom always tells me that she loves cooking for me because I'll actually eat anything that she gives me, and I'll probably love it. And it's true. Number 9, alone time. So this is kind of the opposite of number 6, but I feel like both are equally as important. And as much as I am an extrovert and a social human being, I'm also very much an introvert, and I'm also very independent. So I love being by myself. I mean, I do get lonely sometimes, but I love being alone. And I'm also really good at being alone. I don't know if that's completely a good thing, but I think it is. I think it's important to have time by yourself to reflect on your life, to do the things that you want to do, to grow into the person that you want to be, and to just be with your own thoughts and feelings and emotions and wherever you're at. Like, it's really important to just have that time alone and to have time with yourself. And I value that so much. I also am like my own best friend in ways. Like, I can entertain myself, and I don't really need someone else to make me happy. I find so much pleasure in spending time with myself and getting to know who I am, so that when it comes time to spending time with other people, I can show up as the best version of myself and make sure that I am valuing that time as well. I'm like an introverted extrovert. Number 10 is lighting candles and incense. I find so much pleasure in being able to light candles, like a lot of candles. And I love teaching yoga with candles all around. It's so beautiful. I teach a candlelit class, and oh my gosh, so much pleasure in just sitting in stillness with all the candles surrounding you and everyone just in that space together. Ah, love it. Number 11, warm baths and warm showers. I find so much pleasure in warm baths and showers. I do take cold showers, and actually quite a lot, but they're definitely not pleasurable. The feelings after are great. Not the same as a warm shower though. A warm, hot shower and bath is just an amazing way for me to like center myself and to find pleasure in the present moment. And number 12 is reading/books. I love reading, and I just made a video on this, so you definitely should check out that video. It is all of the books that I've been loving lately, as well as some music. But I really do love reading and find a lot of pleasure in it. Just that space of quietness and being able to learn new things or fully dive into a different story or a different place is really cool. And I think a lot of people probably relate to this with movies. I've never been a huge movie person. I've never been a huge TV person. I enjoy it and I'll watch it, but I find a lot more pleasure in diving into a good book like Harry Potter. Oh my gosh, it's like a movie in my own head. And number 13 is warm drinks. So whether it's the middle of December or the middle of May, I love cozying up with a cup of tea or coffee or a turmeric latte. It's not as common for me to drink like a cold drink in the morning, or really ever. I like warm water too, like room temperature water. Number 14 is music. Music as in singing, music as in playing guitar, music as in listening to music, all of the above. I've always loved singing, and I've never really cared if I've been good at it or not. I've just enjoyed it, so I've continued to do it my entire life. People used to always tell me, especially in the house, like, shut up, because I was always singing. I still am always singing. I'm humming. I think I've gotten a lot better over the years. I definitely can carry a tune now. I'm not, you know, Ariana Grande, but I enjoy singing, and I think that everyone should sing if they want to sing, because a lot of times people really enjoy it, but they're so afraid because they're not good enough, so they won't do it, and that's like so limiting and closing off to yourself. So like, just let it out. Like, who cares if you suck at it? And suck at it, like, who really cares? You know, if you enjoy singing, sing. If you want to share your singing with someone else or the world, do it. Like, you have the power to just be you and to keep doing you no matter what anyone else thinks. And that's kind of my views on singing and playing guitar. Like, I'm not the best guitar player, I'm not the best singer, but I don't really care because I enjoy it and I find pleasure in it, so I will keep singing my freaking heart out forever and ever and ever. And I hope you do too. We are down to the last one for this video. There are many things in life that bring me pleasure, but these are just 15 that came to mind when I decided to film this video. So number 15 is YouTube / making art and sharing my life. I've always found so much pleasure in posting on Instagram and cultivating an artistic theme and the captions. I've found pleasure in filming these videos. It simply brings me a lot of pleasure to be able to share my life and to share my passions and connect with other people. I don't make these videos to get likes or to get views or to get millions of subscribers. I make them because they bring me joy and they bring me pleasure, and I share these videos to hopefully inspire someone else, but also for myself to be able to reflect on my life, to see how I've grown. If you want to make something or share something, do it because it brings you pleasure, not because you're trying to achieve a certain look or aesthetic, but simply because you enjoy it. I think that is so key. So that concludes this week's video. Those were 15 things that bring me pleasure, and I hope that this video inspires you to write down 15 things that bring you pleasure. It is so vital to become aware of the things that bring us joy and pleasure and happiness, because we live in a world that can so easily suck us into negativity and pain and stress. It is so important to recognize what brings you pleasure, what makes you happy, what lights you up, write it down, and then continue to practice those things as much as you can, because you deserve to be happy, you deserve to feel pleasure and to feel joy. As always, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe to my channel to join this little tribe here, leave a comment if you're feeling like it, and I will see you next Wednesday. Don't forget that Earth is your playground. So play and have fun and find pleasure. Mwah.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her.